We're back on problem 12.6 to answer part B, which is estimate with 95% confidence the difference in mean distance driven by male and female drivers. So here's the formula. We're going to use the x bar 1 minus the x bar sub 2 plus or minus the t for alpha 05 divided by 2, and then times the square root of the pooled variance estimator times 1 over n1 plus 1 over n2. So again, I'm going to break this down just to make it easier to do the calculation. So in this case, equals, we've got x bar 1 minus x bar 2, and that gives us 0.57. The t of 0.025 for 198 is simply right here, so E39, and then here we can do the square root of the SP, so let's go here we go, right there, times 1 divided by n, and I'll go back up here, plus 1 divided by n2. Didn't like that one, but it still gave us the correct answer, 0.407526. And so now what we want to do is calculate the lower confidence level and the upper confidence level. So it's going to be equal to the x bar 1 sub 1 minus x bar sub 2 minus the t alpha times the square root there, and we'll just put that all together, and that gives us minus 0.23, and let's do the same thing, calculate it for the upper. So it's the sample means x bar 1 and 2 minus x bar 2. Oh, we've got that. And then we're going to go plus the t times the square root of the pooled variance estimator times the 1 over n1 plus 1 over n2. And that gives us the upper limit of 1.378. And when we consider that, then we see that well, that is the limit on the mean distance driven by the men and women. And the last thing I want to do is just on the part C, it says check to ensure that the required conditions of the techniques used in part A and B are satisfied. So basically, what we need to do is just think about using Excel to do a histogram and look at what it looks like. So in this case, I'm going to double click. Oh, after I do that, to get rid of that line, now I'm going to scroll down, and then we're going to go to the Data tab. I'm going to go Data Analysis, choose Histogram, click OK. The input range is going to be here, A2 to way too far. A101. I'll give it an output range in a second. We're going to do a chart output. Right there, and now I'm going to click OK, and I'm guessing it gave me a histogram up here. Yes, I'm just going to drag this down. So here we go for the males. And if I right click on one of these, I can format the data series, and right here the gap width, I can just shrink that down to nothing, and we see basically a nice little bell shape here. Let's try it again for women, and again the data analysis, choose the histogram, and in this case it's going to be A102 to A201. And I'm going to click right here on D69, click OK. And it thought really hard here and kicked it way up like that, so I'm going to grab it on one of the edges and pull it down. And if I right click on one of the columns, it says format data series. Again, if I just decrease the gap width, and again, not a perfect normal distribution kind of bell shape, but reasonably good, and that's what we're looking for. So that's it for problem 12.6.